chosen as the national broadcaster, coming to you live from Broadcast House, Nile Avenue. My name is Sandra Kahunde. Today happens to be the 13th day of March 2026. Now straight into the activities for the day, and congratulations as far as the release of USC is concerned, as we saw it earlier on, and of course we're here to serve you as a national broadcaster. We do thank you for always choosing us. Now we shall be giving you more details in regards to the release of those particular results, and in this very newscast and later on at timely news hours of the day. But straight into the activities that are happening right now, we're seeing education, it's earmarking research-driven teaching and learning as a cornerstone of modern education systems, and believes if adopted in its entirety, it stands tall to produce graduates with evidence-based knowledge. Now, spearheading this in universities like Kampala International University is Biocosmos Uganda. Learners see this as a timely model that rides on exploration-based learning and critical inquiry. As we take a look.
Wanjala Joseph is the Principal College of Education, Open and Distance Learning at Kampala International University. He believes a time has come for research-based teaching to take critical shape in Uganda's education system.
We want our students, our leaders of today, to always think beyond what is the given in our texts and what earlier scientists were telling us to believe. Because we now know, like for example, Charles Darwin, when he talked about evolution, but we now have to interrogate that further. So intelligent design goes beyond that. And we wanted this lecture, of course, to sensitize our students to understand that there is another way of looking at things, not necessarily the science the way it appears in the text.
Educators now believe teaching should no longer simply transmit information to learners, but encourages them to explore, question, and generate new knowledge. To deepen this teaching model is Biocosmos Uganda Intelligent Design Teaching. At its core, seeks to bridge the gap between the theory and practice.
We've studied theories that explain the origin of the universe and the origin of life, and we realize that there's lots of limitation. Because if you bring on board, for example, evolutionary theory, it emphasizes on the material causes. And you find that quite a number of scientists will pick from there and move on. And they'll never ask you, or give you an opportunity to question the origin of material causes. So ID comes in to ensure that we help explain the origin of the universe and the origin of life, and we go outside the materialistic framework.
Universities and academic institutions that embrace this approach will ensure that students get actively involved in research, bring fresh insights, case studies, and real-world examples.
Sometimes people have been believing that things maybe happen by accident or by design. And so we have hosted this event such that students can be critical thinkers, can do research, can base on the available data, not just conclusions.
Most of us, we have been studying especially these courses, but we don't really try to relate them with what we are trying practically in the world of today. But right now, at least I've tried to understand that we have, as a person, have to carry more research.
Such kind of lectures give us more knowledge, to expound on knowledge, on the students' understanding.
Us to go and do some research about artificial intelligence.
Crispus Alinitwe reporting for UBC.
In more updates this afternoon, the Uganda Federation of Salons and Beauty Professionals have awarded its members with the salon equipment to help boost their incomes. At an event held at their offices, the Federation chairman appreciated the President of the Republic of Uganda for extending financial support through Emyoga and PDM circles, saying these initiatives will support poverty eradication drives in the country.
Through different initiatives, continues to implement strategies aimed at ending poverty among its citizens. And members of the Uganda Federation of Saloons and Beauty Professionals are among the beneficiaries of these programs. A number of members under the Federation have received saloon equipment intended to boost and expand their saloon businesses.
You choose You choose what you go in for.
Kamanyire Celestine, the Federation chairman, believes that through skills development and empowerment of Ugandan citizens, the government can achieve its goal of eradicating poverty. Celestine appreciated President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for supporting the association, noting that the empowerment program is already making a positive impact on several districts across the country.
We are giving out as a giveaway of saloon equipment for our members, whereby among the people who applied for in the Ministry of Gender and Labour Social Development under the program of Jiwakali, we managed to get at least 4 at the Federation who have got the saloon equipment. And today it was a giveaway of this equipment.
He also called upon more Ugandans to join the Federation in order to improve their standards of living.
This is the year to move. And in the Federation, we have got jobs. And those who are there, you don't have a job. Come and register with the Federation, you will get a job.
Meanwhile, the Federation cautioned members against falling victim to conmen and advised them to acquire work permits and other documentation through the right channels.
What is the importance of a workers' permit? This workers' permit is a national document. It is given to you by the government. It is Workers Pass Uganda, in that whenever you go to any country, they are going to recognize you as a barber, they are going to recognize you as a hairdresser, they are going to recognize you as a beautician.
Some of the beneficiaries expressed gratitude for the support and encouraged others to join the Federation.
The Federation have catered to give us free vocation or free skilling through saloons and tailoring.
Workers Pass eyo ng'olina okumala emyezi 6 ng'osoma. Gamazima natwala obudde bwange buli lwakusatu nga nzija. Era nafuna Workers Pass.
Now moving on, Uganda could soon see higher taxes on tobacco products if a new petition presented to Parliament is adopted. Health advocates warn that the country's current tobacco excise tax remains far below the level recommended by the World Health Organization, making cigarettes relatively affordable, especially among the young people.
Petition was presented by civil society organizations under the Uganda Tobacco Taxation Coalition in Kampala.
We have had a relationship with Parliament, specifically the Health Committee, and we all agree that taxing tobacco is a positive move. It is also a winner. We want you to go away with this, that if tax tobacco, according to the agreement that Uganda has signed on to with the World Health Organization and the global community, if we tax tobacco, we will have more money in our pockets as government. Families will have more money than what they are spending on tobacco, but also we will save lives. These are the winners. We will save lives, we will collect money for government, we will have a happier life.
Advocates say increasing tobacco taxes would help reduce smoking rates, prevent tobacco-related deaths, and at the same time raise government revenue.
We will have saved money that is treating cancer in Mulago Hospital and elsewhere, but also we must remind ourselves that smoking does not add anything. Cigarette smoking has no value. This is evidence, the World Health Organization, and it is global.
The coalition is now urging Parliament to adopt a uniform tobacco taxation system and gradually increase excise taxes by between 200 and 300%.
Tobacco use really is one of the leading causes of preventable death, not just in Uganda, but also globally.
Advocates argue that the move could significantly reduce cigarette consumption and prevent thousands of premature deaths linked to tobacco use in Uganda.
And the problem really is that the current excise duty or excise taxes that are on tobacco products in this country are far below what is recommended by the World Health Organization.
For UBC News, I am Sudat Kaye.
In other activities, residents who purchased plots of land at the historic Wamala tombs in Nansana are living in fear of eviction after more than a decade of unresolved disputes. The affected residents say they bought the land from officials linked to the Buganda kingdom, but have neither received land titles nor refunds despite repeated promises.
The residents, numbering about 75 households with over 300 people, say they purchased plots of land between 2012 and 2013 from Nalinya Natu, who was then managing the area on behalf of the kingdom.
Abantu musanvu ne babasasula ne wasigala abantu musanvu mbameka bebadde bazze bagumiikiriza mpaka okutuuka olunaku lwa leero.
Bali mu lutuli yenna alinnya wano okuva e Mengo abateganya.
According to the residents, the land measuring about 16 acres was sold to them legally at the time, but the dispute began after the kingdom later intervened and questioned the ownership arrangements.
Takirizibwa yadde okusima toilet, yadde okugirongoosa, yadde okuyongerako okuzimba ennyumba yonna yadde ogyongerako.
The residents said that though the sellers were officials linked to the kingdom, they were told that the kingdom would compensate them for the money they had paid.
Ndise ebbaluwa 200 nga mpandikira eri obwakabaka bwa Buganda baveeyo bayambe abantu bano.
As part of the process, the residents say they were instructed to pay 6 million Uganda shillings each for the resurveying of the land, a process that was meant to clarify ownership and resolve the dispute. However, 13 years later, they claim that nothing has been done and they have not been refunded their money.
Already mwalimu abantu era mwebali naye ne babakakasa nti bajja kubasasula baveemu. Naye ekintu kino kitutte ebbanga ddeneko.
According to Ali Bukenya, who has been leading efforts to present the matter to authorities at Mingo, the affected residents have repeatedly sought help, but their concerns have not been addressed.
Ayi Ssaabasajja Kabaka, tuzze tukozesa woofiisi ze watuteerawo zituyambe okuba nga tutuusa eddoboozi, naye ndowooza ebintu ebyo babikukweka era tobifuna era tobiraba.
The escalating tension prompted the State Minister for Lands, Dr. Sam Mayanja, to visit the area and meet the affected residents. The Resident District Commissioner for Wakiso, Charles Luanga, welcomed the minister's intervention, saying tensions had been rising and some residents were planning protests.
Who have agreements from the person who used to be a caretaker here, called Nalinya Natu. He wrote for them sales agreement, and these are the very people which the Prime Minister of Uganda had promised that they were going to be compensated. We are going to follow the laws of Uganda in ensuring that only those who have concerns, who complained in our office, are the ones we work on.
Following discussions with the residents and the local leaders, Minister Sam Mayanja ordered that all residents should return to their Bibanja land and continue their developments while the matter is being resolved.
In accordance with the directive of His Excellency President, this directive we issued on 28th February 2022. He delegated authority on land matters to the RDC. What happened here is that people just came from Mengo, from cultural institution. They said this is no land, and therefore these people should get away. They didn't pay them. For the last 13 years, they have been looking for them. Therefore, in accordance with that directive of the president, this has been illegal, and have directed that they go back to their land.
Pauline Ongoyet and Jamil Sekaja for UBC.
So, Muchara.
Yes, Daddy.
You know the children are going back to school and things are a bit tight. Huh? For now, why don't you take half of the fees to junior school, and for the school van contribution, we shall pay later. Huh?
Daddy,
Why don't we pay using MTN Momo, where we stand a chance of winning school fees for a whole year and more? By the way, you can also apply for a school fees loan, and also participating schools can win a school van.
That's right! Win school fees for a whole year and more. Get Momo goodies and a school van for participating schools. You can also apply for a school fees loan. Simply dial *165*80# or use the Momo app.
Alright, listen up. Colgate is on a mission.
It's kind of a big thing.
Colgate Herbal uses traditional nature's herbs and combines it with Colgate Science for healthy gums and strong teeth.
New Colgate Herbal with Salt combines traditional nature's herbs with a pinch of salt and Colgate Science. A natural recipe for strong teeth and healthy gums.
Mama, owulira otya?
Nlesanyo lingi nnyo.
Bannange.
Bannange MTN neyanzizza.
Taata omwana ogenda mugambako oba waali wano?
Taliiwo. Ssente ze mbadde ngenda okusasula ku school fees z'omukulu zigenda kunyambako okuweerera batoobe abalala ababiri. MTN mama genkoledde kinene ng'asinga omumaama sirigyerabira obulamu bwange bwonna.
Ngenda kusibira kusasula school fees nyiga *155 *880# sasula school fees ngokozesa momo school funds masomero tugenda zigaba osobola okwewola waliwo school fees loan genda ofune looni oba tolinawo ssente ozisasule mu bbanga mpola mpola obulamu butambule nga bulikoola.
Good to know you're still with us and you're following this particular newscast. It's a pleasure to spend time with you. Now, on to other updates for the day. Civil society organizations have been urged to strengthen collaboration to promote transparency and accountability in governance. The call was made during the official launch of the Social Accountability Trainers Association, SATA, held in Makerere, Chikoni, Kampala.
The Social Accountability Trainers Association is a newly established body that brings together trainers and practitioners promoting accountability and civic engagement in Uganda.
You may realize that we're just from the general elections, and as SATA was saying that electing our leaders is not enough. But also as SATA, we support the community, we support the leaders, we empower the new leadership. We train them in issues like party advocacy, because most of these leaders who have been elected don't know what the budget is about. So we support them, we train them to understand the budget planning processes so that they're able to support their communities, come up with issues that can be incorporated into their budgets.
The association was registered in 2024 with the Uganda Registration Services Bureau.
What you're planning to do is, first of all, to support members of the community, come up with their issues or generate issues that are affecting them. Then we decide to bring them to the service providers, and then you bridge them. We support them to influence some of the policies that need to be influenced so that at the end of the day, the health and employee service delivery.
The association aims to strengthen democratic governance. Leaders will also improve service delivery at community level.
Most of the people, they don't know how to lobby, they don't know how to work.